Okay, kia ora everyone. Ko taranaki te maunga, ko Aokura te awa, ko Te Atiawa te iwi, ko Jacinta Harrop te ingoa. I'm Jacinta Harrop, and just to be a little bit confusing, I'm wearing a plant shirt, but I'm also from NZPPI, New Zealand Plant Producers Incorporated. So we support plant nurseries all across Aotearoa. And today I'm going to be talking to you about one of our projects around Myrtle rust and providing tools for our plant nurseries, our growers, to manage myrtle rust in their nurseries. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about extension practices and how we sort of deliver this information onto the ground to our growers. So I want to start by thanking Te Rako for the funding for this project and start by acknowledging some of the other people who were part of this. I came onto the project very late, so thank you for all the people who did a lot of the upfront work, including Rob, you had to here, Plant and Food Research, and of course, Hall Plus, who developed the model. I won't stand behind it. No one else wants to. Okay, so yeah, today we'll be talking about our decision model. So this is an online weather and disease portal, weather and disease model that takes forecasting data from any local weather station that our nurseries select. Only some weather stations around the country are participating in this. They need specific data, including humidity as well. So it's kind of particular. But it's taking forecast data and using that through models that others have helped influence to estimate risk levels for myrtle rust in this case. So the hope is that this model provided information for our plant nurseries to make decisions on low and high risk periods for Nematoceae plants. It doesn't identify whether or not there is myrtle rust in the area, but just provides a little bit more information to them for their decision making, their spray management and planning, and ideally saving time, money, and spray product. So this is a lot to look at on my screen there, but this is just a little bit of the weather dashboard. So this model is still freely available online on the NZPPI website if you want to create a login and check it out yourself. But you can take your time and look through each of this is just the weather part of it. So basically it breaks down a little bit of the temperature, rainfall, wind speed, indication of drift risk for this particular location. And all of that weather data informs the myrtle rust models. So we have a myrtle rust daily risk model here, which shows us a little bit of the changes in infection risk and sporulation risk and an indication of latent period. And we can actually change the model so we can go back in time and look at what the risk could have been, and then it forecasts out a couple of days, not too long though. And then the daily risk models can work added up as well to create a cumulative risk model with a little bit of an action threshold, which indicates to some of our nurseries when they might need to consider some sort of management. I'm not going to spend too much time on the model, but there's lots of customization features in it as well. Dates, times that you can look at, and you can check out other weather stations as well. And you can also change the exposure date if you're, for example, bringing young plants out of a protected environment from propagation out into the wider nursery. And you can add your fungicide spray program, and it'll add an indication of what your protection could be, and add all of that into it as well. Some of the benefits, well, we've been talking to our nurseries who have been using it, is the model itself in our wider extension and workshop sort of program has all been about improving awareness both of this disease and different fungicide, chemical and non-chemical management practices. So improving awareness for all of our growers in Aotearoa, and also improving the monitoring and management systems and tools that they have available to nurseries. Also having the weather data attached to the online platform saves them a little bit of time finding that information and helps them plan their daily schedule whether or not they want to be outside waiting in the rain, and saves spray cost for reduced product use and time and all of that as well. We've had quite a few nurseries now comment, this is just one quote here, that the model helps sort of indicate a lower risk period than they were expecting at the time. So they were able to skip a spray on their Myrtaceae plants when it was lower risk than they expected. So that saved money, time, resources with no adverse effects on plant health. There's some lovely pictures of our growers all around the country. In 2022, I had the privilege of joining some experts, including Rob, thank you, to go and chat to our nurseries all around the country. We did 7 workshops and went out into the regions to our growers as well to chat to them about some of the issues that they were dealing with growing their Myrtaceae plants, resources for them, chemical and non-chemical management, as well as basic knowledge on myrtle rust. And I took some time to go with them through the tool to make sure everyone had a login and had access to use it if they wanted to. So it was an excellent program. But since then, we noticed a little bit of a drop on online use of the tool. So recently, we've I think last year, we brought in a weekly email. So there's a PDF that gets generated for the nursery's selected weather station, and it just sends it into the inbox every Friday with a whole bunch of information, the weather sheet, as well as the myrtle rust risk, and then we've added in 2 other diseases, black spot and downy mildew from other industries, and all this information goes into their inbox on Friday, and we have lots of different nurseries comment that they then take that to their staff Monday morning meeting and just add that into everything else that they're trying to manage for the week. Nemomax as well, I'll bring it a little bit later. So it was really great to be part of bringing all this tools and information to our nurseries, but in discussing and chatting with our nurseries, they're a little bit worried about some skill factors and actually applying and spraying to protect the Myrtaceae plants. So we were able to do 2 workshops in association with John Clark from Brown Drew and Grow Safe, to bring our nursery personnel to get recertified for Grow Safe if they've already hold the Grow Safe certificate, and then have an extension style workshop where they get to go through and take time to do some demonstrations, to learn some spraying techniques, and learn how the different spraying nozzle types, patterns, techniques, everything actually impacted the coverage that they would achieve on the plant foliage. So we took some time to go through with the plant nursery people who are actually doing spraying, so they've got a better idea of the understanding of the protection that they're achieving, and also gave them really easy tools to be able to calculate application rates and really make sure they understood what they were trying to achieve. And another part for plant parts, the other half of what I do is supporting our plant nurseries to get plant pass certified. So for those who don't know, it is Aotearoa's biosecurity certification scheme for plant nurseries. So we have over 80 registered nurseries and 26 of those are certified. So they're certified to a full standing of biosecurity practices within the class. And we have 2 additional modules, one of which is for protection against myrtle rust. So any questions about that from this evening? And just to wrap up, one of the updates that I believe was around in 2023 was National Myrtle Rust Risk maps. NZPTI took over that, but funding has since run out for these National Myrtle Rust Risk maps. I'd love to have a chat with anyone who did use these maps, it's been really helpful, and connect with anyone who might want to help us get this funded and get them back online if they were really useful. And of course, we're going to continue to really push this disease model tool and other skills to our growers, integrating it into their wider disease management toolbox. And part of that is going to be through our new produce service, doing the work for the plant nurseries in this field. So it's going to keep me very busy. Cool. Thank you so much. Any questions?